100% on the pistols. And I guess they can be coin flippy. JUGi with blinding pace. S2G looking to clear out other areas of the map. Make sure there's no lurkers, as the A site's been completely given up in a lot of deep space as well.
Yeah, already having control of the site. Looking to bring this in towards post. Bridge cleared out, like you mentioned. I'm wondering whether any of the players on the S2G side are going to look to take the zip and have main control, because this is going to be really important in the retake. Heading to for the waterfall through Dish, it will be so difficult.
Oh, they've not cleared out KPZET. The drop, though, might have given some information. He still holds in there. That's a lot of information. A big spot if they don't clear out KPZET.
Oh, and they're not going to. He's found the first, looking for more. Reazy finally on the score sheet, but other than that, FOKUS getting everything they want, having their way with the map. Kills back. Okay, a 1 versus 2. But not very much health to do it with. No utility either, and time, you can forget about it. It is a done deal. All signed off. FOKUS should be taking it, whether there's players left to time. Waddle far removed, perhaps looking to take someone out on the flank. Instead, it's pAura on the front lines, winning his one for the first time in a while, it feels. But he'll double up. He's here to stay and for good.
Yeah, but they don't realise he's actually got into tower. pAura's just cleaning up shop. Waddle and KPZET have decided to run towards A. This is still doable for them, though. They have mechanical ability into, especially KPZET.
Waddle needs to win this first contact, and he will. Russ taken down. That gives enough room for KPZET to post up and plant the spike. This round has come down to a lot of 1v1s, and S2G need to culminate as the sum of their numbers here if they want to close it out. It's far from done.
Yeah, as remember, the util, there's not going to be much of it for this round, and Waddle's running fast.
He's going the whole way round. He might even catch a timing on pAura here from the back. KPZET has a lot to do.
He does. Needs to win out the engagements. Will the first. pAura gets Waddle. In fact, KPZET's got full control. This is going to delay the cooking zone.
Yeah.
Kitchen. That would be simpler.
Yeah, a little pipette here and there, dropping it in where necessary. And this time, it's going to be just a complete overwhelm on the site, trying to run through. They find the kills. In fact, they got plenty of them from the corner. Russ, it's another player up in the tower that fires on down to finish off FOKUS. Lewis is still here, however, and now he has to be the captain that can decide a round.
I have the spike.
Called him it before. The headshot king. Royalty lies on the B side.
Wow. The timing there to just turn away from pAura, making his move up in B main. This neural theft will finally force a reposition from Lewis, or a decision made. Trying to fake out the first time the movement towards A, not spotting it.
S2G going to be proactive.
Oh my god. But this proactivity knows no bounds. They're funneling all the way into spawn and finding the kills to match. Just like that, a numbers advantage is theirs, and the remaining players are on the opposite end. From the north to the south side, there is travel to be made, but it's a treacherous path that lays in wait.
Right here.
Yeah, this is going to be... I don't know what FOKUS are thinking here. I think JUGi... Oh, I was about to say...
Ah, yes.
He's going to go and try and gain the spike with the dimensional drift. TP back to Lewis. I mean, all those trips will still be up because of pAura. And the fact that all that information is being gained, it's going to be massive.
Yeah, he's also noted that pAura was closer towards the B main side of things. So there should be an anticipation of players coming through. Combination of utility. Lime just about alive. The orbital strike invested, but he's trying to play in Lewis here with a flash.
Just not quite worked out. This is something that's great about the Euro, the fact that you can do that. That sees his hit, and so is the blind side. Now there's a little bit more delay for FOKUS.
Just trying to use the utility as much as they can. Nothing was really invested. It was S2G that were looking for the fights early. pAura this time to get Lime up and available. The stick starting to come through. They know all too well. And while for a pinch towards Arcade, but the single player of Lewis has already moved into the sewer and will be wrapping around to soon join his team on an empty spike plant.
This is what's fantastic about the default of FOKUS. Again, this mid-round, and we've talked about it. Lewis has been caught, though. And I mean, realistically, that util isn't the biggest loss. It's more the gun.
But look at this retake, though. You still have a Prowler on Reazy. He has his season, most importantly, the Nightfall. Paint Shell, Showstopper. The whole goddamn lot for Russ if he so chooses. many ways that they could make this difficult for FOKUS, so that is the reason why KPZET has taken a similar position as he did before, looking not to get caught by the aftershock and sit inside his smoke.
Yeah, just dashing straight in. KPZET has actually mowed down 2. That's the biggest part about it. Goes in towards main, so if this dissipates the Viper's pit, he's in perfect position to deny.
The longer they trawl towards the site, the bigger the decay will be. Dastardly on them. S2G still finding the kills. Waddle with the spray. They know all about it. Is their time?
Right centre. pAura needs to be cleared though.
Now the Nightfall should just about do it. Catches him. Lewis wanting to play back a little. pAura finds it. So much weight off the back of S2G from this position. They have arcade control and they can start to retake in. Players already there. Spike now planted. Not too much utility that FOKUS have to actually slow this down other than the snake bite that Waddle's put out.
Yeah, you've got to look at this. This is a hurricane starting to spin around FOKUS on the site, although the gunfights have just managed to favour FOKUS now.
There was a crossfire from Canteen. JUGi had it, but pAura is still here. The wraparound from under in sewer, first blaring off the neural theft position.
That's the scary part, is JUGi on the overdrive.
You're just waiting for him to come in. Lime first contact, immediate kill for RieNs, and not much damage dealt to him either. He's got out almost scot-free, and S2G are rotating off this as well. A lot of control afforded on A, allowing for them to go for something a little heavier.
I love how S2G are just so confident on their retakes that they're just giving up the site, letting them plant the spike and waiting to go for that set retake.
I mean, look what you have. It's the C's from reazy, stun on RieNs, all of the utility for the breach. Lewis really stuck in this position, has to tuck to the corner, and RieNs will find another.
Sleep.
The reazy tips in, jumps in, gives a little bit in the conversation. Your boy Lewis, though, the headshot king, has come up with 3. Can he get a 4th, perhaps? Yes, he can! Yes! Your boy Lewis! Rifleman, just put a sheriff in his hands and let him run.
It's actually true.
Look at pAura.
I would want to see how many more multi-kills he's got with it. In fact, there is pAura, and he loses out. Going back to those tendencies that we saw be the undoing of S2G in the previous map. There's no killjoy in play. I don't really understand why you want to prioritize taking that extra control in sewer. Especially with no support. Like, he's literally just by himself.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of question marks here. This dimensional drift is pulling S2G left, right and centre. They don't know where to go and they're worried about what this could be. What a setup with a paranoia. Russ is still sprayed down 2 though.
Yeah. I mean, Lime just sweeping the whole way through, fires himself through sand on the ultimate, like a metal detector. He comes up and fires 2 bullets through the players. It gives them a slight advantage. The retake is difficult, but you have utility from which to work. RieNs 2 smokes and there is a reveal.
Last player standing.
I was about to say, I didn't know if Lime had actually cleared reazy there. And RieNs on that judge.
Need to convert some of these rounds, S2G.
I was going to say the overdrive is definitely going to be used by JUGi. The fact he's only bought up a stinger, a player close by, a punishment coming through, and the fact that the players have actually shot the clone out.
Wow. It's a sheriff again, right? Nightfall coming through, just about tagging Waddle. Lewis has already moved up, something they should be conscious of. He has the spike. You find pAura here in rotation, there is a huge opportunity to move elsewhere. In fact, Russ will offer it up.
Oh, fantastic from Lewis. He's fought them through in towards I can't believe it, a winnable position, but one body shot is enough.
The guessing game now begins, right? Leader versus leader. And Lewis, with so little HP, has to clutch. He's already crossed. I don't know if pAura spotted him. We'll go in for the fight. The cages their first couple shots. How you posture it. Of the 140 rounds played in the Polaris regular season, it was a 70-70 split on both defenders and attackers' side. Look, they try and finish with a bang. RieNs found a couple.
As it certainly has. JUGi's found a timing though. Russ looking the wrong way, and look at this. FOKUS have a foothold on the site.
Nicely done, 2v2. Neural theft is up, and there is information off the back of these prowlers. The C's not finding anything just yet. JUGi with some utility of his own. He can put this fast lane up and make it a little more difficult for players to move into the site, but it's left Lewis by himself. He can win out. It's another 2 versus 1 that pAura has to try and rectify for his team.
I like the high-low setup. Just keep it simple. Let pAura swing out to you and punish. We'll go and make it our home, but they don't realise there's a trap waiting.
It's a fake on the gate crash. Lime not wanting to take control of the site, it's already been compromised. Lewis finding the pushing canteen. It's pAura again, the one to drop, and he'll even double up for more focus, rolling them over inside the site.
This is meant to be S2G's best half as well, Hazard.
It's the one that they have the better statistic on, and the further that FOKUS roll that stone of revenge up the hill, the harder it's going to hit when it comes tumbling straight back down. JUGi with another, reazy stunned up in the tower, layers of utility which he has to crawl through like a tough mudder. 10k. You do have the pAura trying to clear out this close spot in arcade. Players slowly moving up. The stun is there. The reveal as well on spot. This is all part of FOKUS's game plan. The more utility that S2G use from this position, the better it's going to be when they try and come back through.
Yeah, the retakes have been pretty decent. All the utility, I say all the utility, there's not much of it. There's no snake bites. There's 2 blindsides at least.
Yeah, this toxic screen's going to be great as well because it cuts off the angles on the front of the site. They also have the position for main, and FOKUS are moving in from here. KPZET's found one, flashed onto RieNs, looking around for the second, which he cannot win.
Oh, your boy Lewis wants more though. You know what he's like when he's got the sheriff. When he finds a head, that's going to be enough. When he finds a rifle, it can be pretty dangerous, and that's exactly the case. That molly did hit the mark though. So in terms of this stall, in terms of this post plan, it's looking pretty good for S2G. It's about burning the rifles, burning the
main. FOKUS, they're way ahead of schedule in this area of the map.
Picked up Russ as well. Fantastic. I mean, you've got to think how good that raise can be in a post plan, but loves it in a gunfight even better.
They might actually run away with this because both flank players have been taken out. They still want to go for it. Lime on spot. Huge reveal from Lewis and nothing found just yet. It's a 2 versus 2. S2G have committed to this. They stuck it out. It may come back to bite them.
Luzzy's shot out, the molly denies Lewis getting into the site, but Waddle's already there. Timing's there, gets the headshot, 1 player left on main. Lewis just has to hold this, and that C's is going to deny.
Waddle just has to stick, yeah. Lewis must buy time, but he cannot. The sand, the grain, it drops to the bottom of the hourglass. So good for it, but with these comps, it doesn't really favour you too much. And JUGi's going to get stunned from this position as well. He cannot escape. Russell clip his heels and even find Lewis towards spawn. 3 for him. And FOKUS at such a deficit may just be forced to save.
I'm having deja vu, Hazard. This is almost exactly how Lotus went. We're going to a 10 to 8 half. And then FOKUS...
Mechanical door on A. The pAura sent out to post him on an aggressive angle. He's peeking through the one-way, and Russell shut him down. KPZET retaliates, and in fact, he'll double up for it. But wow, audacious stuff. A flashing for more, in fact. Lewis wanting it. 3v2. Just about FOKUS keep their noses in front.
That's all they need. Just to trade down to the end. And there is 2 players here. So it's essentially 2 versus 2. Where Waddle stays on the B side. Is that a node of information?
It's just jump spotting this. A little tentative. FOKUS at this point in time know that there are a few mistakes you can make from this position. Their own map pick no less. Players coming out, walking to the crosshairs of KPZET. The flash is brilliant. They want to wait.
All 3 players running in. You've got 1 snake bite, 1 dark cover. In fact, you've got both dark covers now.
I don't think you even really want to use the smokes here. Just play off the numbers, play for the trades. Don't allow line up like that, and you know, yeah, this isn't just some nonsense, but RieNs certainly thinks so.
Yeah, but you've got to think of that util used and what was done off the back of it. Absolutely nothing.
True. That's a lot you're going to be missing out in the retakes, and that is where you want it. FOKUS haven't been too good from this position before, and it is a big one that they have to try and take at a player deficit.
We're now in towards the 4 versus 3. reazy known about. FOKUS taking their time, just trying to get 1 versus 1s, and one's been gifted. In fact, there's plenty being gifted, but it's S2G that collect all the gifts. Up to Lime, who's good
get
on
the Nightfall on reazy and then move towards A. They've already claimed a lot of space in A main, which FOKUS have opted out of. Waddle will spot a player, but a stinger from that range, it's only going to be poking and prodding. It has put Russ low, and they do have util to bring this one back.
Whether it's enough is another question. JUGi though did find pAura. That's the lurker gone.
Oh no! And RieNs toasted Russ! Oh dear! It's the second time he's fallen to a calamitous mistake, and it could be enough to cost them in a round which would have closed the series, or the map at the very least, I should say. Here is reazy fighting forward, but JUGi's won it again. They have no main control, they're backed up, it's RieNs to do it all, and he can't.
Surely that gives an idea that most of the stack is towards the B side. The Rays certainly will do that. And FOKUS and Response go and take the other side.
He's rotated through both of those trap wires as well, so they're not going to have any information that the entirety of their spawn side has been compromised here. And with Lime holding on towards the zip as well, all of the information is FOKUS's at this point in time.
S2G need to be wary of the gunfights that could be taken. They are clearing underneath through sewer, and Lime's going to be first contact. Ping's going out. They've seen their Yoru. There's gunfights being taken off screen. Support from KPZET through the paranoia. It's good. It's perfect. One more player. reazy's close by, but russ finding Lewis gives that site control.
Oh. Both KPZET and JUGi causing carnage in main. FOKUS, such a nice setup to just take that control. They didn't even want to play retake with the ult. They put themselves on the front foot, giving every advantage they could possibly ask for. S2G, quite the opposite. Polar, in fact, the position from which they now have to play in a 4v2 if they want to end it.
Yeah, but look at the patience of FOKUS. They'll be playing for waddle here.
Last player standing.
Waddle, in fact, coming through, but it's KPZET that finds the kill. reazy firm on the site, only one.
They're just going to try and contact us in here.
They've tried to create pressure. I mean, you have a four-way split. Ops on both extremities and controllers on both extremities. KPZET trying to anchor this one down as he has a couple times. TPing out, but it's Lewis instead. So clean! The king to find four and force an overtime, perhaps. Lurzy, the only one left, in with a chance, but it is one which heavily favours FOKUS.
Lurzy trying to beat out, throwing the classic away. There won't be many pistols to pick up, but as for rounds, I think this one will be a tough one to pick up as well.
And think about the mental reset. How many times FOKUS have been submerged but found a way to turn themselves back? Not only did they come into this map with the momentum, but they might just come into overtime with it too and carry that onwards. Yoru fake towards the door, Lurzy walking through. But, I mean, just going through the motions right now, feels like a foregone conclusion, and there's four players here to await him with barely any time left, minimal in fact.
Yeah, the discipline. That's exactly what the word is, the key word for this round. The discipline for the last remaining two. The paranoia denies anyone swinging out, but they're going to go and take deep CT space.
Yeah, everyone else is playing off-site. It's just pAura that's actually here. Spotted by the pAura, goes for the spam, finds the first, but the follow-up is good. Site control now under the FOKUS banner, looking to make a statement piece on a round and take the lead where it very much was away from the reazy. Ridiculous through the smoke. And now the numbers sit in their camp once more.
reazy saw the pixel of KPZET going for the TP just as the smoke appeared.
Yeah. Still off-site though, because the difference between B and A, there's barely any cover from which to work, and there's so much utility they have to send through. A seize, a paint shells, and a stun, but Lime has TP'd away unscathed.
It's the fact that that fast lane was so great, and waddle even better. That shot into russ is beautiful.
They're not going to expect this tuck close, never in a million years, and they may not even reach it to look Waddle dead in the eyes before he takes them out. No, Lurzy will do it. Both players doubled up, high and low, HP as well, in fact. Lurzy on positions before S2G getting ready for this B take, the one which suited them so well.
Yeah, this is a nice gamble from FOKUS. The fact that two players are in tower as well, and this is going to be so easy to flood the site.
Find the first pick. Lime needs to do a whole lot of work here, but he's very well supported. The flash pressed to the corner. Everything FOKUS as they flood the kill feed blue. It's the team in red that are looking to put this third map to bed. pAura, a clutch scenario for him to muster. He's picked up the first, but the angle is deep. The health pool, not exactly shallow. 300 health across both players. They join up, they fight in unison. The guns looking to echo off